what it is,
Yeah.
everybody. It is Nathan Stolpman. Nathan Stoltman. I had it screwed up, everyone.
What?
Nope. That's a mistake. I had it wrong everywhere where I pre-posted it. It is Stoltman, not Stoltman. And you're going to have to forgive Uncle Vigilante a little bit here because this is the first time that Nathan and I have ever talked live. And, I'm going to go to confession here. I kind of have a little fanboy crush on Nathan because he has been in my ears for, I think over 5 years. I think probably 6 years when Lift the Veil. It was, I think I was early on, man. I was early on because I remember when I lived in Richmond, Virginia for a while, and I would drive down from Richmond to Tampa to see my kids, my girls, about every third week. And so that, was like a 24-hour round trip. You got me through those times because I would just, I would wait to listen to you because you did a show daily. I would wait to listen to you, or I would just store up your shows, and you would almost get me the whole way through. So thank you for curing lots of boredom inside my head because I'm really uncomfortable inside my own head. It's just kind of lonely in there. So thank you, Nathan.
Hey, thanks. That's really cool. Thanks, man. Well, it's cool coming on your show. That's awesome that you've been around forever. I've only been around that long, so you've been around since the beginning.
Oh, I have been around totally since the beginning. And I do have to say that I really, really, really do admire you because you have been one of these guys who has what in football they would just call grit, true grit, going through. I think you were probably one of the first to get banned on YouTube, and I'm not talking permanently, but to get banned initially. And then because you are so smart and clever, you were able to, you had this way of being able to say things without saying them. And I could tell it was on purpose with intent to where you just flirted with that line, but you backed up and it made it almost impossible to ban you. And you stuck around and were able to deliver truth in your own way. So I really admire that. And thank you for that grit.
Hey, no problem. I finally capitulated though, huh? I decided to just go with what YouTube allows you to say and to just come back and talk about something that's not banned yet, but maybe should be, but isn't banned yet. So tell
the new people who, and I have a teeny tiny channel compared to yours, and so I'm really grateful that you're on here. And but do tell people who maybe, because there's a lot of people who are new to crypto that have come here that may not be aware of you, but please share with us about your channel, what you do, your better half, all that good stuff. Give us a little backstory on Nathan Stolpman.
Sure. I mean, the long story is that I started making videos on YouTube about alternative, what for lack of a better word is alternative news, but also really looking into like government conspiracies and kind of the stuff that you're really not supposed to talk about. Stuff like, the school shootings and maybe what happened in Las Vegas. And so, covering all of those different topics. And then basically, like you said, getting banned, getting censored, getting shadow banned. And then I ended up moving off different platforms, and I've been doing the show over on DLive and doing my own website and stuff. And then I'm into crypto, and crypto is where it's at, and I realized that I was spending a lot of time thinking about it, and I was talking about it on my show a lot. And I just decided, well, I'm talking about it anyway. I'm thinking about it anyway. It's kind of the main thing I'm interested in. Mm-hmm. So I might as well get my YouTube channel and actually use it again. So that's what I'm basically trying to make a comeback. But
it's awesome.
Yeah. It's tough though, because not everybody's into crypto who was into my show.
So are you finding that there's a little bit of crypto fatigue?
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I mean, there are people who are not going to tune into the show to listen to crypto because they're used to the old show.
Right.
And that's
Sure.
why I still do a news show a couple days a week because I have subscribers to my website and everything. But yeah, I'm definitely like starting fresh. I'm almost like you. I mean, your channel, you say your channel's small. I mean, my channel's pretty small right now, considering how many people I can get tuned in to listen to crypto. So I'm trying to build it from scratch, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not it helps when Jeff Berwick gives you a shout out.
Yeah,
That's all I can say. Is,
right.
is
Yeah, that's great.
I was blown away twice when I'm out for a walk, because I think most of us listen to his truth drops when he goes on his walks with Lucy, and there were a couple of two different times where all of a sudden I started hearing about my show. Like,
Cool.
that's
Well, that's
really
great.
that.
When did you get started making videos?
Uh, hold on one second so I can just delete. Okay, well, I'll give you the quick backstory. Um, I'm a business guy. I've been in corporate America forever. I work for an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur who was co-founder of Priceline.com and about 15 other companies that you've used personally, but you just don't know the engine behind it or the tech behind it. And we have 22 portfolio companies, and about 25% of them are tech related. And so my mind and my job has always been partnership development. So I ultimately end up helping the C-suite or the executives try to take their business models, which are really complicated, distill them down to a place that even I'll understand it, so that we can take them to market. So my personal gift probably is being able to take complicated things and make them simple, so that people can understand them. So in the first week of January of this year, I had somebody from a different, last year was kind of one of those years with CV19 and everything, and I launched an Uncle Odd channel that was all about just battling what I call the Druid Babylonian bastards. And I had 6 of those channels. I mean, I had one channel that, like in April, started from scratch, and it got like close to 10,000 subscribers, like real fast. And then they shut me down, and then they kept shutting me down. And finally, by the end of the year, after the 5th one, I have the 6th one. It's still there, but I don't think that I have done anything with it since January, because I just got really, talk about fatigue. I got really fatigued about putting all my energy into something, and then just, the feeling better than anyone. And so in January, it was just kind of like I was ready for Control Alt Delete, some kind of reboot. I don't know. And it must have been just a gift. Somebody reached out to me through a discussion and said, "Hey, Uncle Odd, you need to invest in XRP." And I'm like, "What? What's XRP?" He's like, "It's crypto." I'm like, "Know nothing about it. Tell me about crypto." I mean, I obviously know crypto, heard of the word, but I haven't been involved with any of it. And
Right.
so I had a little bit of money back then. My wife and I did, that was just kind of sitting around. And so I was like, okay, screw it. How do I do it? How do I buy it? And he was nice enough to direct me to Coinbase. He told me to order a Trezor T. He said, get Exodus Wallet on your computer. And I started the process. And because he said, go for XRP, I knew nothing about it, Nathan, zero. But I dropped, it was at 22 cents, and I dropped a pretty good amount of money on it, just, like diving into the shallow end head first. And now I'm like, now what? And he's like, holy shit, why did you do that? Meaning, why did you buy so much? And I'm like, you told me to buy XRP. Now what? And he said, no, you need to diversify. You need to have more than that. So anyway, I went through the process, and I got it off of Coinbase after a period of time and onto my Trezor, and I went through the whole process. I just found it really interesting. And then I started subscribing to a couple of newsletters, and one of them I just got screwed. A second one, I slightly got screwed. And then I found the Crypto Vigilante, and I subscribed there. And then I went to their TCV summit, which was a 2-day summit where it should have been, instead of the Crypto Vigilante Summit, it should have been called the Monero Summit, because it was all about Monero, and I understand why now. But by the second day, they had a great Telegram chat. And by the second day, I'm observing, and I'm just sitting here thinking, holy cow, these people are newbies, and they're frustrated. They're frustrated like I am. I've invested 2 days in here and I still don't know shit. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, you know what? I'm not doing anything with the Uncle Odd initiative. I said, I'll just kind of pivot that and just start talking about cryptocurrency and my journey. And so my premise was, there's a lot of newbies out there who don't know shit. So that's my thing, don't take my advice because I don't know shit. That's my disclaimer. But I'm going to learn it. And I'm going to use this platform and this channel as documenting my journey in trying to get smarter with it. And through that, I reached out to, I thought, why not? I reached out to Jeff Berwick in the chat, and I said, hey, would you come on the show? I'd love to interview you. And he says, sorry, brother, I don't do interviews. He says, but I'll do one better. I'll get Rafael Leverde on the show. So one of my very first interviews, if not the first interview, was with Rafael, the crypto vigilante. Mm-hmm. And on that show, during the show, we were talking, and he gave me like 2 hours, and just, he was trying to help a newbie understand the language and everything. And he ended up anointing me Uncle Vigilante on the show. So I just pivoted. I just thought, screw it, I'll take it. And so, and then I interviewed Dustin. Dustin, geez, I'm having a tough time. I'm wanting to say Stoltman, but Dustin, the host of Bitcoin.com's podcast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
And during that, he's kind of a dude guy. And during that, he said he started calling me Uncle V. So I'll go by Uncle Odd, Uncle V, whatever. And the only reason, just to let everyone know why was it Uncle Odd, I had a nephew in my family who could not enunciate Todd. So in my family, I was always Uncle Odd. So that stuck in our family. And so, so yeah. And then through this, what you find is what I have found. I love your opinion on this, but I am so fatigued of the COVID craziness. It's like I just can't stand one more conversation around it, one more meme, I get it. These people are ruining the world, but I just can't do a damn thing about it. Right. And so, but I know that's important to a lot of people and stuff. But I just made the decision that I'm gonna check out of that. And so I did. And as I started down with this journey, I've met so many people, and I assess that the people who are interested in crypto, blockchain technology, just all of this in general, I just think they are, and this isn't a knock against everybody else, but I just find them very intelligent. Most people are really articulate. They're interesting and interested, which are two things that I look for when I get into any relationship. And I just love it. And then all of a sudden you get these little communities, and you have this little, what's going on with Pirate. I can't wait to get your take on it. It is crazy what's happening. And the fact that this genuinely can lead to life-changing money for people, for all of us, if we play it right, and everybody is celebrating together, and it's kind of all for one, and we're the one. Right. So that's my story. Tell me a little bit about your journey into crypto.
Well, I started getting into it in 2017, and I can't remember what led me down that rabbit hole, but I was following different things. And then I was following this online LARP cult I can't remember the name of it. It was maybe connected to Cicada, and it was
Okay.
called Project Mayhem 2012 and Project Mayhem 2020.
Hmm.
And in Project Mayhem, one of the things you're supposed to do is buy Bitcoin, I don't know, something about cryptocurrency. I learned about the technology, like I
Mm-hmm.
understood it, and I thought it's really amazing and it's totally incredible and it should be the next kind of money. So I started buying it back in 2017. I got into Litecoin mostly, but I would also, get some Bitcoin, and then I did some stuff on Steemit. There was this platform where
Mm-hmm.
you could do content and get paid in crypto. And
Yeah.
so I accumulated some stuff, and then I was into all kinds of different shit coins during the IPO craze. So I bought a bunch of stuff that went basically to zero. But I also got involved in Chainlink really early. So because of that, basically I was able to build everything else. And so, I'm counting on it changing my life entire. Like I'm kind of counting on it being like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Um,
Good. So were you hodling your Bitcoin that you did get?
Yeah, oh yeah. I
Good
never
for you.
sell. Yeah. So yeah, I
Oh,
never
that's awesome,
sell
Nathan.
stuff. So I have, so I've built up some cryptocurrency, and then I'm interested, like you are, in helping before I was doing the news or whatever you want to call it. I used to teach SAT test prep, and I did sales. And
Mm-hmm.
sales is kind of basically explaining things to people.
Right.
And so, I feel like the same kind of thing with crypto. And then I'm doing it one-on-one with the consulting, but also with my show, just trying to I don't know, give people my thoughts. I'm not an investor, but I've done well for myself, and I can tell people at least what I've been through. I'm into some pretty exotic stuff, so I can explain, a lot of this stuff. If you haven't done it, you don't know what it's all about. And so a lot of the is actually just doing it and using Uniswap or using Trade Ogre or whatever you're using Exodus. And so I have a lot of experience with it.
Mhm.
So I'm interested in trying to help people out. I actually, you know what, actually, it was kind of like like divine intervention or something. Like I felt like I really need to talk about cryptocurrency, and that if I really wanted to do something positive, it would be to get people into like Bitcoin, basically, but then into cryptocurrency broadly too. I mean, I really do think it's going to change the world. So
Yes.
it's like totally it's like more than a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's once in forever. We've never
I agree.
invented a new kind of money before. And so this is it, this is the chance. And so I'm looking for all of the different opportunities to, I'm kind of conservative. Half of me is really conservative. But part of me really, is trying to take advantage of these trends and stuff, and make some good moves. So, I'm excited about Arrr. It's definitely been doing pretty well. I mentioned it in my newsletter a couple weeks ago. Somebody told me about it during a consultation when it was like $1. And now that was only a couple weeks ago, basically. So, it's been pretty phenomenal. You don't see this kind of thing, you don't get these kind of opportunities very often.
So, so tell me about, if you don't mind, Katie, wife, right?
Yep.
And is she into this as well with you? Is she pretty savvy with it too?
Katie is into Bitcoin. She really loves Litecoin, and she does not want to talk about it all day long.
Oh, that's so fantastic. That's so fantastic.
She doesn't want to talk about it as much as I think about it. So, but she's really cool. She's really into it. She gets money, she gets silver and gold and all that stuff. And so I think she's able to comprehend, a lot of the broader stuff that, the reason that we're going to have inflation, for example,
Right.
that's
Right. Right. Well, I do have to give her high praise because when she joined your channel, it just fundamentally changed the dynamic of it. And not to say I didn't love your old, you were always awesome, but she really adds a great element to it. And I enjoy listening to both of you. You interact really nicely together.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd have her on to talk about crypto, but she's not as into it as I am.
Yeah, I get it.
She indulges me, and she lets me talk sometimes about Dogecoin or whatever I'm thinking about at the time. So
yeah, so she's sensitive to those who may not come to just listen to crypto, and that's good. That's a healthy balance.
Yeah, and she doesn't get mad at me if I'm like, oh, we bought this shit coin and it went up 10x, and well, we just lost $12,000, overnight. But
yeah, it is.
She doesn't get mad at that, so that's cool too.
I did a video when was it? Was it yesterday when everything went insane with
yeah, Pirate? Yep.
I did a bit like that, like, do you suffer from blockfolio finger?
Right,
if you're a pirate, because it's like yesterday it was like all you would do is like, man, it wasn't good enough to check it every minute, man. You had to check it every 3 seconds, right?
I know, definitely. Yeah, that's when stuff is really crazy. When stuff is really crazy when it's moving like that, but.
Yeah, so it settled back down. I think it's down to 11:45 right now. What do you think? I think it's high, got close to 17 or 18, right?
It was, I know I looked at the price when it was at least 1650. So
yeah,
it was up there.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I had just over the weekend, I'd been struggling with, I just got frustrated seeing Bitcoin trade sideways. And so I just said, screw it. And I went in on pirate big time. And it was just stupid. My wife, I took her to dinner for her birthday. And I said, this is either going to be a really, really expensive dinner or it's going to make us a lot of money just because it was going like that, Right. So we checked and it actually was an expensive dinner. So, but it bounced back. It's just all stupid, and that's what I think we should all be on the lookout for is it can spoil you in a bear market. Right. And it's kind of funny when you get pissed off that something isn't rising 10% a day.
Right. No, it is ridiculous. I mean, I was, because I got in on Pirate, and then there's these other coins that are like dog meme coins that were exploding like crazy. And I was like, this is messed up, because I was looking at Pirate and Pirate was up 30%. And I wasn't even paying attention to Pirate because I had this other stupid coin that was up 400%. And I was like, and I started to actually kind of, it's a little high stress. So I don't know. I do have to do something about it because it does get to be a little crazy. I don't put in, I have like a conservative portfolio of stuff that I hold on to that's mainstream crypto assets. Then I have some other stuff that's a little higher risk. But even so, man, it is it can kind of get to you mentally. I mean, you're staring at the price, like you said, like, oh my God.
Yeah, but it when in doubt, zoom out, and the trend has been like this.
Yeah, right.
So I think it is a great asset class. Just to give you a little inside baseball, Dustin Plantholt, Plantholt is the host of the Bitcoin.com podcast. And after the show, after I had him on, we talked for about another hour. And he had shared with me, we just realized there was some connective tissue between my CEO. He actually had been at my CEO's Hampton home, and the president of our company, Nathan Dustin is also an actor, and had helped him with his lines. So he knew my two bosses. And then he started telling me about this business that he and some really smart people were launching. And as he told me about this business, now that I'm into crypto, I'm like, holy shit, dude, we got to get this in front of my boss. And so I got together with his team, and because I know how my bosses think, we worked on an investor's deck. And yesterday we presented it to our team, and everybody fell in love with it. And I feel I talked to Dustin and I said, hey, do you mind if I start socializing this a little bit out there? And he said, absolutely. So I think you'd be the perfect person for me to make the big reveal on what this is, because you said it. Crypto is going to change the world. And I fundamentally believe that it already is. And I did not realize how much until I got together with the team for Crypturns. So how do you like that for a name? It's kind of self-describing, right? Crypturns. So you have think about all of these coins. Think about all of these crypto companies, right? Think about all the jobs that are needed. Let me ask you, Nathan, can anyone yet at this point in time go to any university and get a degree in blockchain or crypto?
Well, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the value of, because I got inspired by this to do this crypto consulting thing by Darren getting involved in it. And I realized there was like a real need for it.
Yep.
And then it also, I was and I thought to myself, there aren't any financial analysts somebody could go to right now that know what I know about cryptocurrency.
Not at all.
Not even close. They don't know. They wouldn't know the first thing about going on MetaMask or getting something on Uniswap or whatever. They don't know anything about it. So I have a unique set of skills that aren't like from my experience on paper or anything. So if you're talking about like, is it like interns? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, I'll share it with you. But I'll finish the macro, which is you can't go to school and get a degree in cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. So what that means is when these real companies are being valuated in the billions, right? In the hundreds of millions, it's really hard for them to actually find crypto-minded, crypto-centric talent, people who have been trained, right? You just can't go to a college and say, hey, can you get interviews with, we'd like to interview a dozen, people who are expert at everything within this blockchain ecosystem. They aren't there. Mm-hmm. So when you think about where this industry is versus where it's going to be, it is like, and I asked the president of Crypturns, no shit, I couldn't believe it when he told me, but he was the CIO of the Federal Reserve up until recently. And he left to come join Crypturns because he sees the vision of this. And he's told me when he compared it to, the internet, when it first started, that if you take a look at the internet, where we are now from when it started, when they first started talking about it, when they first started talking about email, right? When NFL.com was born and you'd go there and you'd have some like NFL baseball card type thing. It's just, it was back then to where it is now. If that's 100 yards, if that's a football field, and that was back at the beginning, I asked the question, where are we today in where this blockchain ecosystem is going to be and everything that rides along, whether it's smart contracts or just all of the buzzwords that are out there. If that's a football field, where are we? And he said, maybe the 10-yard line, but probably closer to the 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what does that tell you? That tells you that if you remember way back when, what was born back then? Companies called Apple, companies called Amazon, Google, AOL, Netscape, right? A lot of those, some of them are still here and they're just running the world. Others, they had their run and they either got acquired or something. But I use that as basis to be able to say that there are going to be so many jobs created within this blockchain cryptocurrency industry, but there's nothing there. There's no pool to go fish from. Mm-hmm. And so that's what Crypturns is all about. I'll share a screen here with you and let's can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is just something that's very simple. That should be self-explanatory. Become a Crypturn. Get hired on the blockchain. Launch your career in blockchain and cryptocurrency with paid internships at the world's most innovative and disruptive firms. So we will offer paid internships, learn on the job, work with the best. Grab your dream Crypturnship. And these are already companies that have given us Crypturns. So some of them have said, we'll sign up for 10 Crypturns. And what does that mean? That means that they'll bring them onto their company as paid interns. And after a period of time of assessment, like let's call it a year, then they'll bring them on full time. Mm-hmm. And then part of our business model is that we would get 10% of the first year salary of the Crypturn. But before they ever get here, they're going to have to be Crypturn certified. And that's where we're working with Stanford University I'm probably talking too much here. I'm not going to talk about that. But just so anyway, Crypturns, empowering blockchain talent. So I believe if you go to crypturns.com, our beta was up for our presentation yesterday, but people may be able to go to that and just see what it's like. But so anyway, on the surface, we want, like the Geek Squad, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody knows the Geek Squad. We want Crypturns to become like the Geek Squad, to where when you say Crypturns, you understand what it is. Oh, you're a Crypturn? Oh, hey, yeah. So this CEO is running this company and he doesn't have a freaking clue. He has all of his employees that are saying, hey, we want to be paid in Bitcoin. He doesn't know what Bitcoin is. He has certain vendors who want to pay in Bitcoin. He doesn't understand it. So, hey, why don't you hire a Crypturn? So there'll be Crypturns who've been certified that could come into a company and just be that person like Nathan Stolpman is to so many people, like Jaron is to so many people, to be able to get them socialized, to get them up the on-ramp to the blockchain superhighway, if you will. So that's one. And that's the become a Crypturn. And then I'll show you what we're presenting to the companies themselves. And then you'll see both sides of the story. There we go. All right. Now here it's hire Crypturns. Hire on the blockchain. Save countless hours and effort by finding qualified candidates passionate about cryptocurrency and blockchain. Post a Crypturnship, thousands of qualified candidates. Find your next crypto superstar. You're in good company. And these are all. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm, that is cool. I mean, I can see the value in something like that.
Yeah, it's to me, I get jazzed about it. And, you talk about things that are somehow providential. I mean, I happen to think that just somebody picking up, reaching out saying buy XRP was kind of the nudge, the initial nudge to get involved with something special like this. But I'll keep you posted on that, because we're going to come to a point in time to where it becomes time to talk about the curriculum. And so I already have in mind of reaching out to you and Jaron, who have been through training people, you know, to where let's tap into your experience on that. And you know, you guys I think would be super qualified to pull together a program because it all starts there, right? I mean, if you can't fricking figure out how to get your fiat dollars from your bank into a cold storage wallet via an exchange, you know, and have a little portfolio of coins, that's the basics. The basics there. And then, of course, the mother of all basics is how do you do it safely, right? That should be front and center. So you know, I think you effectively have to scare the shit out of people that they're going to lose every dime. You know, you're your own bank. There's no customer service to call unless you answer your own phone. But you know, I'm sure you help people stay safe, right?
Well, I do. And I'm a little different though than I have different opinions though about what is safest because, you know, I don't necessarily trust people, whether they say they are going to keep their private keys safe or not. Like, I'm not sure that everybody is qualified to hold their own private keys. You know what I mean? And I think that they'd be just as well off just holding their coins on an exchange or something, just to make it easy. You know, a lot of what I'd like to do with people is like overcome the difficulty and stuff. And actually, I got where I got without ever putting anything on a hard storage device, you know, and I still am comfortable, pretty safe, happy about my portfolio and everything. And so I don't see why, and I'm a pretty controversial person. So I could theoretically have been worried about getting shut down off of Coinbase or what have you, because I did get shut down from PayPal. So, you know, I've been through it. But yeah, my opinion, really, I like people to do something that's the safest, you know, relatively speaking, because, you know, Coinbase has customer service. I know somebody you can send, like with Coinbase, you can send funds straight to somebody else who's on Coinbase with just their phone number. Somebody tried to send me money from Coinbase doing that. They put in the wrong phone number. And I was like, oh, well, see ya. The money's gone. Coinbase reversed it and was able to send the money. You know, which you just get, I'm talking to people about Trade Ogre and stuff. And they're like, oh, what happens if, you know, is there somebody to talk to at Trade Ogre? I was like, nope.
Hey, can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
They have amazing customer service, but you have to do it through Twitter and DM them. If you DM them, they respond really quickly and they're awesome. I had one pending transaction that just wouldn't stop. I don't know how the hell he knew me unless it was just, I didn't give specifics, but he sent back to me like the tax ID number or whatever and said, should be good. And so that kind of wigs me out a little bit, but they were responsive.
That's good. I like that. Should be good. Yeah, that's crypto for you. Yeah, it'll probably go through eventually. I had somebody waiting on a 3-hour Bitcoin transfer. I was like, yeah.
It is crazy. It is crazy. I mean, the only way I found to be able to make it anywhere, you have to bump the fee.
If you want Bitcoin to move faster, you just pay more for it. But if you really want a coin that doesn't take that long, then use Litecoin or, you know, Dogecoin for that matter. Dogecoin is great money compared to Bitcoin.
Can you swap Doge on Trade Ogre?
Yep.
Oh, you can.
Doge is one of their bigger markets, actually, and you can hold it on your Exodus wallet too.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. Exodus rocks, I think.
I love it. I think it kind of makes me feel like when I got the wallet on my phone now, it makes me feel like we're almost ready to use crypto. You know, I'm walking around. I have my Dogecoin. I'm ready. I could buy something right now with Dogecoin. Or you want some Monero?
Let me ask you: Do you actually use? Do you pay for things in crypto?
No.
Okay.
But sometimes I send it to people, but otherwise, no. I mean, I try to. If anybody wants to take money in crypto, I'll try. But no, it's hard. But I'm going around like I'm almost ready. there's got to be a business in helping businesses accept cryptocurrency. I'm thinking, because I was talking to the guy who cuts my hair. I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
dude, I want to pay you in Dogecoin," and he was like, Dogecoin, what's that?" And I said, "Oh, it's cryptocurrency." He was like, "Oh, I don't know anything about it, but I'm into it. I want to do whatever the next thing is. I want to get signed up. I want to be taking cryptocurrency. If everybody's going to be taking cryptocurrency, I want to be taking cryptocurrency."
Yeah.
So I think, we're to the level now where it's possible.
There is a video. I have such a shitty memory with this stuff, but there's a video on YouTube that is like an hour and a half long of it was Bitcoin, its birth, the early days. It was a documentary. I don't know if you've seen it, but
I think
it
so.
it was really good. But there was a company that made it their mission to go to. I remember in the movie or the documentary, they went to an Asian store and they got this Asian grocery store to start accepting Bitcoin. And so I think there's companies out there that do. There has to be companies out there that do it, but
Yeah.
but
We're close, we're really close
yeah,
to where, if Bitcoin was better money, which it's just not, then we'd be closer. But there's other coin, that's why I really like alternatives to Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin, I still have mostly Bitcoin, but these other kinds of money are really good. Litecoin is really good. Bitcoin Cash, I think, is actually really good.
yeah.
But people aren't really using them yet. That's the next level. That's what I feel like people need to do with Dogecoin. Like Dogecoin, it's stupid that it's worth, I don't know, $40 billion or whatever it's worth now. But if people started using it, it's good money. And like if people turned around and actually started using Dogecoin, then it's totally worth what they say it's worth.
Right.
But I don't know if anybody's ready to do that.
So that is going to be the only use case, right? Actually, utility of
Money.
currency. Yeah.
Yeah, it's money. It's good money too. I mean, it has a little bit of an inflation problem, but it's not really, I think it's overhyped. I mean, the inflation isn't that bad. It's not
Yeah.
like US dollars or anything. So there's and gold inflates. So I actually really, really like Dogecoin. It's based on Litecoin.
It
So
is.
I love Litecoin. So
Yeah, I remember you on your show. You were taking Litecoin. That you were really talking Litecoin early.
yeah, I really like it. When I first bought it, but it hasn't performed that well. So what can I say? But if you've been buying it the whole time, though, you're in good shape now.
All right, I want to play a little game of crypto Tinder with you. Okay, swipe
Okay,
left, swipe right.
all right.
All right, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go through my portfolio of coins. Okay,
Mhm.
and I want you to swipe left or right. Tell me if you swipe right if you like it, or swipe left if you wouldn't hold it in your portfolio. Okay. All right. Pirate.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. ETH.
Yes, swipe right on E.
XRP.
No, I don't like XRP.
Okay.
Come on.
And of course, that's in my portfolio because that was the first thing I bought. And to comment on XRP, I know it's hated on, but it's from when I bought it, it's like 6x. So I'm fine with it. But I tend to listen to a lot of YouTube channels and stuff that are XRP centric. So I hear about what Ripple's doing worldwide, and believe it or not, the world doesn't revolve around just the United States and our, Security Exchange Commission. So I believe, this is my prediction. I believe with XRP, you talk about a use case. It is so that being able to pay for things happens like that. I think it's going to be I believe that will be, if there's going to be a world currency, I think it'll end up being that. So Link.
Yeah, definitely. Chainlink is good.
Okay. BTC, you've said, XMR, Monero.
Oh, Monero. Yeah, I like privacy coins. Sure.
Okay. AAVE.
Yes, I really like AAVE.
REN.
What's that?
So I'm part of this Moonstream, Mike Newton's Moonstream. And that's a guy, it's a small community, about 400 subscribers, that he chooses one or two projects. For example, one of the projects that he chose, one or two coins a month. And that's all, because he doesn't want to overwhelm people. And he finds these coins that are early projects.
Mhm.
For example, he put as one of his selections, Pirate at 31 cents. So that's when he introduced it. So anyway, Ren was one of those that he chose a month ago.
What does it do?
Don't know. All I know is I got it at 105 and it's 75 cents. It's been like one of his only selections that sucked. But he says you let the project come to you. And he actually says up front, he says, look, if you're not here to hang out for a year and a half on some of these selections, I'm so early in some of these, right? And so, but that, yeah. And then Adam.
Yeah, I hear good things about Cosmos. Yeah.
XHV, that was another Mike Newton pick.
I haven't heard of it yet.
And that's kicked ass. SNX.
Don't know it.
XTZ.
Oh, XTZ. I heard of it, but don't know it well enough.
And then this last month's pick was Helmet.
Oh, no. I have to learn about these. There's so many different coins.
Helmet.insure. And it's lower. It's at a discount compared to what he said. So that might be something to just investigate. And then Zcash.
Zcash is a privacy coin, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Might as well pick one privacy coin, or I don't know, maybe it's worth being split on them, but
no, you know what? I had Raphael on again last week, and he told me I had a lot of Zcash, and he told me that Pirate was he was comparing Pirate to Zcash as far as value. And he said, Pirate's better. So he's basically saying, if you want to target, look at Zcash. So I only kept just a little bit of it because it was on an exchange I forgot about, but I moved everything from Zcash over to Pirate. Yep. And then I have Doge.
Yeah. I love Dogecoin. I wish I had more Dogecoin. Somebody talked me into selling most of what I had.
Oh, okay.
For like 7 cents or something.
Why do you want more Doge? Because it got all excited and went up and stuff, but then it went way back down. Do you believe in it that much?
No, I'm not buying it, but I'm holding, and I don't have enough to I don't have enough to worry about, so I'm not selling it because I'm worried about out of my gains or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm holding it, but I really, I'm right now, I like the trend towards alternative currencies, alternatives to Bitcoin that are better than Bitcoin. And I think what people have overlooked with Dogecoin is that it's actually really good cryptocurrency. And people think it's a joke, but it's genuinely really good cryptocurrency that really it works as money. Maybe XRP is a little faster, but for the ease of transactions or whatever, you could use Dogecoin. There's no reason you could. Like with these alternative currencies, here's is one of them. Eventually, we got to pick something, I think. But it could be XRP, it could be Bitcoin Cash, it could be Litecoin. Could be. It's probably not going to be a privacy coin in the end.
No.
But it could be any of those projects. But if Dogecoin, I think it's funny that people are buying Dogecoin. I think that I think that the people who say it shouldn't be worth $40 billion. Well, to me, like Tesla shouldn't be worth $700 billion either.
Right.
So, I'd love to see Dogecoin keep going higher, and just to prove everybody wrong. And then eventually, people could use it. It's just the problem is everybody's got it on their freaking Robinhood app, and they wouldn't be able to, they wouldn't know what it does anyway.
Right.
Nobody's actually holding it on in their
Doge is that coin that's fake it till you make it. Right.
Yeah. Right.
And have you heard about there's all these shit coins out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about this dude that launched the shit coin, SHT coin?
No.
I don't know if that was a joke when I heard about it, but if it's true, man, Uncle Vigilante is behind that, because I think it's so clever that,
Right.
you know, that if Doge could do it and they come out with a shit coin, you better believe I'm buying $100 a shit coin.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you that, you know, they also came out with all these other coins that are also dog coins. And that's where I started seeing that have made crazy gains, but now have kind of dropped off. But they were just going up. I mean, you know, look at 14 days up 9,000% right now.
Jeez.
Akita Inu. And I don't know, man.
Maybe I need to put make Zammy a coin.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They made all kinds of different dog coins. There's dog coins. There's Husky, there's Poodle, there's Pug. So, I mean,
we got to do a Zammy.
Yeah, you can make whatever you want. Yeah, sell it on Uniswap, become a dog coin millionaire.
I like that idea. Since I gotta give my Zammy a little plug here. For those of you who don't know, Zammy is a famous Instagram dog. He has like 145,000 followers. He's a children's hospital therapy dog. And just tell a quick story that, you know, Katie will have to give me, you know, she has to give me a grade on this, whether I did good or not. But ever since Zammy was young, I brushed his hair. And somebody told me a long time ago that with these long-haired dogs, if you save their hair, you can't not anything you cut at the groomer, but the hair that comes out just as you naturally, you know, brush them. You save that, you get enough of it, you can turn it into yarn and could knit it. So I always thought, oh, that'd be cool. Maybe I do that, find someone to knit a hat out of Zammy or something, and I could do something special for the kids at the hospital. Right. Well, I ended up, like, after 3 years, I had these garbage bags full. And so I found a lady in Chicago who could do this, who could spin the yarn. So I sent it to her, and she said that it'd take her about 3 months to do it. And so about 4 months go by, 6 months, 9 months. And I'm like, man, that sucks. You know, I mean, it's dog hair, but it's gone. So anyway, she came back and said that she had gotten cancer and so that that interrupted it, but she beat it. And 3 months later, she sent me some yarn.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is my dog, Zammy.
Wow.
That's his hair. So then I started reaching out. You know, I just said on, this was back on the Uncle Odd channel. I asked if anyone knit, if there's anyone. And I had this lady from Arizona reach out to me and say that she did. And she followed Zammy. And she said she would love to do something, because I said I wanted to do something special for my wife for her birthday, which was the 21st. So I got it back on the 19th. And I'm going to show you this video of Zammy and my wife, and Katie in the chat is going to have to give me, you know, grade, either A. What's that?
All right.
Okay, hold on. Let me share this. Okay, make sure my sound is on. All right, let me play this. You're such a handsome fella. Thank you, Zammy. Thank you for all of those days that you just patiently let me brush you. And we collected all that hair for 3 years. For what? For someone very special, right? Did you do it for Mama? Huh? Oh, you looking for Mama? Oh, you look very beautiful. What is that?
Oh.
This is very special.
Isn't that cool?
Much better than diamonds or emeralds or pearls.
Nice.
This is.
See, you're good at giving gifts.
What is this?
What's that?
Better.
You're good at giving gifts. I have to learn from you. That's fun.
That's
that looks cool.
You're beautiful. Zammy, you want to get in with Mama? Zammy. Zammy, is that awesome? You did awesome, buddy. Yes, you did awesome. Is that your mama? Is that your mama? Did you make that sweater for your mama? Huh? Yeah, you did. Good job, Sammy. We love you. We love you too, Yana. Oh my goodness gracious. That's beautiful. Sammy. Oh, don't you look handsome? Don't you look handsome with mama? Hey, Sammy, have you seen her sweater yet? Sammy, that's so nice. You did such a good job. You're so patient. All of those Russians. Yeah, for the Russians for the Russians. I have a Russian bot shirt because my wife is Russian. That's nice.
Oh, cool.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I ordered. Are you gonna fly away? Big boy. Oh, that's it. Sammy, look. Oh, good boy. May I see it up close with the sun?
Sure.
Oh,
This is awesome.
oh, good boy. You two look so beautiful and handsome. Yeah, good boy, Sammy. You want to go chase some lizards now? Huh? You want to go chase some lizards? So how did I do?
It was good. I don't know if Katie was watching or not. I can't see whether she saw it in the chat, but it was pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, it's that was fun. It's
funny.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a long-term gift for sure. But
Right.
so what I was thinking about something when I was showing that. I was going to ask you after. But so are you a chart guy?
Am I a chart guy? No, not really.
Okay.
I know technical analysis and stuff. I think it's fairly acceptable that it's kind of like guessing still, you know.
Well, it's retroactively guessing because I'll show you the chart I always go to that I can literally use for any coin, and I can pull up this chart and I can show you exactly what has happened and what's going to happen, and isn't it funny when you listen to these guys, these YouTube channels, they'll say, guys, looky here. I called way back here. It went here and then it went up and down. And just like there's a look at the bump against the Fibonacci. And they can literally say anything about any chart retroactively. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't believe in it. When people say, oh, the chart looks like Bitcoin's going to go down to 4, I always say, I don't believe it. You know, if you could really predict the future with charts, then there wouldn't be any markets. You know, I mean, people wouldn't know what the price was going to be. So it's still just, yes, sophisticated computer programs can really scalp it. But, you know, as far as, there's some stuff though. There's some stuff to it. I mean, you can look at the chart on Arrr and you can say, oh yeah, that looks pretty strong still, you know.
What do you think makes a strong chart like Arrr, right? It mooned, and then it came back down, and then what do you think is going to happen with the price of Arrr?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't guess. I mean, it'd be silly for you. I mean, the only thing I can say is, as an investor, like to me, I look at trying to follow trends and ideally to be early in trends. And so far, you'd be fighting the trend on Arrr to bet against the price right now. I mean, to bet against that the price is going to go down significantly, you know, because the trend has been for it to just be powering up. And also, it's only worth $2 billion so far. So, if it's really as good a privacy coin as they say, then it could be worth a lot more. It could have a market cap higher than where it is now.
Okay,
So
educate me on this, because this is what I still can't wrap my head around. I can wrap my head around a couple of entrepreneurs sitting around a table with a napkin, coming up with the next business and doing a working model, getting some, use cases out there, raising some money, building a team, and filling a need. And I can visualize that really, really easily. But I just don't get how a coin, it just pops into existence, and how when you're talking to me about a team that I understand with Pirate is all volunteer people. There's no like corporate headquarters. There's and you just said it was a $2 billion cap now.
Yeah.
Where the hell does all of this value get established? I don't get it.
Good question. Well, it's money. The beautiful thing is about it is it's money. At least Pirate Chain is, Bitcoin is. So you can.
So you're saying that 2 billion means there's $2 billion invested in it from just people.
If you add up all the Pirate Chain on Earth, right, it should be about $2 billion worth right now.
All the Pirate Chain that has been purchased, not that is out. Right. Okay.
All of it that exists, right? If you take up just all the coins, I think it's 180 million coins. So if you take that and multiply it times the price, apparently it's about 2 billion now. So
okay, so it's all of the coins that have been minted or ever will be minted.
If you did ever will be minted, then it would be the fully diluted market cap, which would be for the fully diluted market cap would be what the market cap would be if all the coins were in existence now. So, but the current market cap is 2 billion, and then there aren't that many coins coming for Pirate Chain. It's only going to have 200 million coins total.
So, but are you saying the 200 million is what the 2 billion is based on, or it's just the ones that somebody has bought and put in a wallet somewhere that's what's amounting to 2 billion?
It's the actual amount. So a lot of those coins could be lost, or they might not even exist, but it would be, because I guess if it was 200 million coins at $10 a coin, it would be 2 billion, right? So, it's around, and there are only 180 million coins out so far. So that's where you get the market cap. But yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
I see. But to think about it simply, forget the 200 million is the total. If everyone that they say are going to be minted was used, if everyone had a bunch in their pocket, and it was 200 million, and the price of those 200 million were $10, that would be $2 billion market cap.
Yeah.
So that market cap, so when you think about Bitcoin that has $1 trillion market cap, 2 billion to 1 trillion, that's a whole lot of runway for this privacy coin, which seems to have seems to solve a lot of problems out there. It just seems to me like we're still really early in this game.
Assuming, I think it's really important for people to take into account what the downside risks are potentially, because they certainly will want to ban coins like this. I mean, I just don't see how they want coins like this to exist. So
doesn't that just drive them underground? I mean, that worked pretty well for prohibition. Right.
You know what? Yeah. I mean, when they banned gold, the first thing they did was raise the price. So, chances are some people, I think, want it to get outlawed because it would make it more valuable. So, and once you have it in your wallet, nobody can tell you you can't send it to somebody else.
Educate me on this now. Okay. So if I send, I have an LLC IRA. Okay. And I created it to roll over my existing IRAs, my then existing IRAs, to an LLC self-directed IRA so that I could control the checkbook and I could actually invest in crypto. So the rules are you need to keep everything separate from your personal investments, totally separate. You need your own bank account. So like when I connect, Kraken was the only exchange that actually responded to set up, an on-ramp. So with Kraken, I can send, let's just say, $1,000 to Kraken. And then I could buy a coin and take it to my Trezor or Exodus, wherever, but just let's say a wallet. And if I then, let's say I bought $10,000 of Bitcoin and I have that in my wallet. And now I want to buy some pirate. So in my LLC, I have $10,000 of Bitcoin. I send that to Trade Ogre, and because I bought Bitcoin with it, I send that to Trade Ogre. I exchange it for pirate, and I send it back to my wallet to store. Or no, it's not my wallet. I have to store it on the pirate wallet, right? So the pirate wallet. So how in the hell would anybody out there ever know that I have that little treasure chest on my computer, let's just say?
Right.
How would the IRS or anybody ever know about those? That's what I'm trying to, and maybe that's the whole purpose. Is that the whole purpose, that they're invisible? And
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what you got to be concerned about to some extent, is that people are interested in it because of the privacy aspect. And people originally mostly used Bitcoin for illegal stuff. I mean, originally, most of the transactions were on Silk Road and stuff with Bitcoin until people realized that Bitcoin wasn't that private. And now they want other things. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me that I don't know why Trade Ogre isn't shut down. I don't know why people are even allowed to trade this stuff. I don't know why Uniswap is allowed to exist, but it basically, I was telling this to somebody else. I mean, Peter Schiff says when you do your taxes, it's like a confession, right? And with crypto, it really is, because they would have no way. You would just have to tell them, okay, well, this is what I made on Pirate Chain. And they would just have to take your word for it, because even if people are talking about sending their coins from Coinbase to Exodus and then to Trade Ogre to kind of like hide the trail, I think. But even if they know you sent your Bitcoin to Trade Ogre, then what? They don't know what happened after that. So you could say you lost it. You could say you bought some shitty coin that went to zero, I mean, or that you totally lost access to your money. I mean, whatever.
which could totally be the case.
Which could totally happen.
I'll tell you, I was there was a couple of times to where, especially my first withdrawal from Trade Ogre, when I withdrew that, and I mean, newbie to newbie, I'm totally newbie, right? Especially to any of this stuff like Trade Ogre or MetaMask or any of that stuff. It's like, I don't know anything. And so when I sent it to my address on my wallet, it at some point it disappeared, and it sure didn't show up in my wallet.
Right.
And I was like, you got to be shitting me.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I not take my own advice and do a small transaction first?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I do that? Why did I just move everything? And I mean, I was just, and I called, Jaron and David, and I called David Weiss, and I'm asking him, he's like, dude, just relax, go take a walk.
Right.
And they ended up showing up, but that was scary. So it could have been the case to where those disappeared.
Right.
I mean, how do you tax me on something that disappeared because it was new technology? I mean, I don't know. Right.
Listen, I mean, when I advise people, I tell them, I mean, every time you make a transaction with cryptocurrency, it's reportable. But how are they going to find out about it? I have no idea. I don't think they can. They can't. Well, with Pirate Chain, they literally can't. So
Yeah. And so with blockchain, that's what they call a surveillance coin, or at least a crypto vigilante, because it can be surveilled. And there are these blockchain analysts that can do that. That's a thing.
Yeah.
So they know if I send you, $100, they know that it came from my wallet, went to your wallet, what blockchain it rode on, right? And or where it resides. I don't even understand that. But bottom line is they know. And so anytime you even exchange a coin, like if you went from Bitcoin to a stable coin, let's say that Bitcoin shot up to $100,000 because, of some news event, and you wanted to say, I think it's going back down, and you switched everything to a stable coin. So you still had $100,000 worth. And let's say it did go back down. Well, that was a taxable event. Right. So anytime you do anything with your coin, so unless you hold it for over a year, and now it's like the market crashed this week because Biden said he wanted 40%, of long-term capital gains would be 40% instead of 20. And so it doesn't really matter if you hold or not, but I don't think that doesn't have a prayer getting through. I hope.
No, I don't think that either.
It's crazy. So
you want to think of moving. If you're ever really going to have a lot of money in crypto, it makes you think about going to Puerto Rico or something.
Yeah. Tell me about Puerto Rico. What's the deal there?
I don't know. They don't have capital gains tax. And they don't have federal, I don't know. Maybe they have federal income tax, but they don't have capital gains tax.
Okay. So that's what it is. It's the capital gains piece of it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think you have to live there for over 6 months. So it's kind of like residency here in Florida.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's the cost of living out there in California? Still just stupid?
Is it stupid living in California?
No, the cost of living is.
Oh, the cost? Yeah. I mean, buying a house or something is stupid. Yeah. Everything's crazy. Gas is stupid. We lived in Texas for a little while.
Yeah.
It was way cheaper. Things are cheaper there. And yeah, it's mostly properties around here that are insane. So I think property prices are eventually going to come down. They have to.
Yeah.
So, I'm waiting for it, but
I'm curious, why did you guys move back?
We didn't like Austin very much.
You didn't?
No, the weather's terrible for one thing.
Yeah. I have people all the time, since I live in Florida, people are saying, yeah, we're kind of determining whether we're going to move to Texas or Florida. And I'm like, Texas is an option? You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Landlocked.
Yeah. It's not that great. So yeah, we tried it for a little bit, and then COVID happened, and we were like, oh, let's get out of here. We just came back to California.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the C word. It's so funny. It's almost like I have it's Pavlovian, to where I just hate even talking about that stuff. Do you still talk about it quite a bit on your show? I mean, I hear a little bit, but.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And I kind of went through the same thing where I'm like, I'm kind of sick of hearing about all the bad shit that's going on in the world. And, even worse than the COVID is all the racist stuff. And it's
Look, you could tell me that Minneapolis has blown up and I wouldn't know, because I literally on purpose watch zero news. I'm so focused. It's like I have put blinders on for everything. Now that football season's done, I don't even check that. I have my YouTube channels that are the go-to, my podcasts, and those are all, crypto centric right now. Right. And my business. So, and I will tell you, Nathan, I just haven't been as happy as I've been lately. It's just, you know what I mean? I really think there's something to letting in all of the negative shit that's out there into your soul, that it impacts you. I think it almost becomes self-fulfilling,
Yeah. I mean, I do a good job of generally not letting it get to me. But all the same, eventually it really becomes exhausting.
Right.
And then it's not rewarding, particularly to talk about it. And then sometimes you're just bumming people out who are listening to it too. Sometimes I don't know. It's kind of like doom porn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know how you feel, but I still do, I still think it's important to talk about the news and stuff. So we still do, and we do our
Well,
broadcasting.
Well, I do have to now. When I say I don't watch the news, probably I'd say half of the week. I go to bed with you and Katie. Don't take that wrong, but I have to listen to something when I go to bed. And you guys are one of my two go-to podcasts that I'll listen to. So that's how I kind of get my news through you guys. And you do a great job. You two do a great job. It's I don't know how you are able to stay up on top of all of this. But now, do you still live with your dad, or did you guys get
we live in his house basically.
Okay.
But yeah, he's not here most of the time, but we got to get out of here. But yeah, trying to get together, a big crypto, as much money as possible, basically.
Good.
Yeah, we'd like to buy something, but if we have to rent something, but yeah, for the time being, that's where we're at, and we're just saving money. And
good for you.
That's
good for you. Good for you. Well, I mean, look, if this next year is what I think we all think it can be, there should be a few shekels that, will go a long way, I think.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we have a few hopefully Arrr really works out.
Yeah.
And, hopefully a few of these other coins really work out too. And Bitcoin and the whole market. I mean,
right.
Bitcoin should come back too. Bitcoin should go a lot higher this year. So, we still have a good year to look forward to, I think.
Yeah. So do you have what's your prediction on Arrr? If you had to make a prediction on Arrr, let's say, what's your prediction for Arrr? What are we? We're almost to May. Let's say by July 4th.
Well, if the hype can continue, if it can sell on more exchanges, if it can become easier to access, and there's more widespread adoption of it, and then it gets added to wallets like Exodus and stuff. I mean, I could really see it. I could see it going up to 30 billion, or I don't know if that's around where XRP is. So, that would be like 15x from here. I know Jeff has talked about more than that. But right now, my first target is for it to get as big as Monero, and then we'll see. Because I'm waiting to find out how the authorities deal with it. Kind of, I'm kind of like concerned that so many people are into it, and it's exploding in price so fast, and people might be evading their taxes and stuff, and the government might not be into that. So I just want to make sure that it's still going to be available. Right now you can get it, and I just want to make sure it's still going to continue to be something that's acceptable and not just like written off or just get destroyed by FUD. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's an alternative to Bitcoin that's private, and that's great. It's supposedly the best. Supposedly it's the best privacy coin. So
if these atomic swap things become a real thing, which I think is like where Bitcoin can meet, it's basically like trade ogre, but just without trade ogre, right?
Right, like you can just swap it inside your pirate wallet.
Yeah.
Is that right for Bitcoin? Yeah, that would be a big deal.
So if that's a big deal, then if they outlawed a privacy coin, then you just swap it to a Bitcoin and put that on, an off ramp.
Yep.
So I really think that the technology is going to make it almost impossible for them to, this is my favorite book for anybody who really wants to know cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. You got to get this book, Bitcoin, Hard Money You Can't Fuck With. On Audible, it is a great listen. So if anybody wants to download it and listen to it, but I learned so much from that book, but what I have learned now is that no, Bitcoin, hard money you can't fuck with. They can fuck with it plenty, but I think there should be a new book that's Arrr,
Right.
hard money you can't fuck with, because I think that's the use case for not fucking with something.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. Yeah, if people embrace it, if it's acceptable, then.
And then don't you think if they actually start making some news about it, that it's kind of like, negative advertising is great advertising,
Yeah. There's a lot of potential upside, so I'm excited.
And the last thing that I'll say about it is that, Mike Newton with Moonstream, he talks about this before he recommends a coin. He wants to see the community, and the pirate community is just out of this world. I mean, yeah, it's very strong, and which maybe there should be a lift the veil coin, because your community is really strong. I mean, you guys, I drop in there every once in a while, and it's like, honestly, there's so much happening in there. I'll put you on mute for like a 2 days, just because there's just like, it's sometimes I'm like, oh man, I can't handle it all. There's so much activity.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm into the whole community thing. Maybe we got to start. I want to start doing, I don't know. People used to do Bitcoin get-togethers and stuff, and people really should be getting together to talk about cryptocurrency. And so I'm into the whole concept of that kind of thing. I have my crypto Discord, which I keep pretty secret almost, but that's a really good community for me. A lot of guys that are really degenerate traders and stuff. And
do you trade?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, it's not for me. That's all right. I'm not looking for the little, daily gains. I'm looking for bigger stuff. So no, I'm not a trader. I'm not cut out for it. I don't know when to buy and sell.
I know. Yeah.
When I'm ready to buy, I just buy. I just market buy when I'm ready to buy. I just,
right.
Well, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Could go up. So might as well get in now,
Yeah.
So that's the way I am.
So would you say as a whole that you're up nicely with your portfolio?
Oh yeah. I mean, I started with nothing,
I know.
And I have something, and I expect it to get bigger. I'm hope, that's my future basically.
Great.
I'm writing on it. So hopefully it works out.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I hope if you come up with something, or I mean, I have my Zoom channel, I can have like 100 people on here. Maybe we try to orchestrate something to where we have almost just like a Zoom hangout, drop a link, and people want to come in and just chat about crypto. Might be kind of fun.
Got to think about stuff like that.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's a great group, great community. I'm really glad to be here. And I'm really glad you're here, Nathan. Thank you so much
thanks for having me on.
You bet. And thank Katie for letting us have you for an hour and a half.
Yes, that's right.
All right.
So making dinner for me. So
okay, good. Well, listen, thank you. Everyone in the chat, thank you. And hope everyone has a great rest of the weekend, and cheers.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Cheers.
And if people wanted to do the crypto consulting, they can go to my website, bitcoinmissionary.com.
Can you do me a favor? Just text that to me. And then when this with renders, if you want to put anything else in there about just anything you want me to drop in the description, I'll do it.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
Sounds good, man. That was fun. Good.
Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate you.
That CrypTurns looks like a pretty smart thing.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. I think